Well, good morning, Bravehearts.
Good morning.
What day is this of the Whole Life Coach? Day 6. All right, so we got to kick it today. Today we're going to finish the nutraceutical training. Then we're going to go through the highway of life, which is your digestive tract. And then we're going to talk about the Holy Grail, which is the large intestine, the second brain, and it actually is the first brain. It actually does more thinking than your brain. Your brain doesn't do any thinking. It runs programs, and it's just a laboratory of chemicals and hormones. And that's all it is, and we give it way too much credit because it takes about 30% of all our energy to run it, and it never stops, okay? And the reality is though we're going to find out today that the large intestine is 85% of your immune system. Okay, when your bacteria go bad, so do your thoughts, and so does your life, and so does your health, and so does your wealth. Okay, you will be crippled. When your bacteria in your bowel are good bacteria, 85% good, 15% bad bacteria, that's perfect. Just enough to keep the immune system on edge and keep it working. And guess what? You ready for this? 95% of the population has 85% bad bacteria. And that's why, guess what? They're called the low-hanging fruit. And that's why they're being harvested. And understand something. People think that the brain is smart, but it isn't. It just runs programs. And those 95%, it's not their fault, but it is their responsibility to wake the hell up. Okay? All right? So, you know what? During that whole 3 years, we never ever acted like it was on, okay? Just want you to know that. We didn't. We actually moved from Canada and we set up what was called the World Healing and Training in Extop. It was 220 room place. You know what? We got there. We had promises made. They weren't followed through. It's amazing how people want to feed off of you. The reality is this: you've got to protect yourself, respect yourself, honor yourself, and if you don't, you will be fed off by internal and external parasites, okay? And the reality is I really would never take it back. I learned so much. I mean, we filled the whole thing, didn't we?
Many times.
We had the whole thing filled many times throughout until we lost interest because the people that were running it actually were undermining our whole project and and everything they said, they lied. And then, you know, we have people come down there and people weren't running to us. They were running away from Canada, running away from the States. And a lot of them were running away. And believe it or not, you know, I'm going to tell you something. We are going to be more selective, more protective, and respective of the therapies that we have to give to people. So we're going to do another world tour, like the other half. We've done 8 months so far, okay? So 8 months I've lived out of a suitcase, and so is Sage, eh?
Yeah.
Sage is on his way back to Australia the minute he finishes this. So he's going back there where he will be really busy doing treatments. And then he's going to also look to do a personal treatment and training or certification in Australia. And then he's going to meet us in Mexico for Christmas, right? And then we're going to kick off the new year with our first training will be actually in Mexico at the Cala del Mar. Were you there? How'd you like it? It was amazing, wasn't it? So we'll do the whole training at the Cala del Mar. It's a 4-diamond resort. Where's my phone? I'm gonna go through the calendar with you, but before I do, I just want to say this. Forget it. It's not happening, okay? All right, so most people they're aware of the name Rothschild, Rockefeller. The Rockefellers are the henchmen for the Rothschilds, and they're trying to put a stranglehold on the whole world. I'm sure everybody's doing a little bit of the talking about what's going on, which I will not do, but, you know, the prophecy about the Palestinians and the Israelites and all this stuff. And it's got most people worried and scared and, oh my God, and talking about it. Now they can dump more adrenaline, get more of a rush. It's all just one big game. It's always been that way, okay? As soon as human beings start to rise and feed their spirit, these guys will come in and choke it and crush it. And understand something, you would not believe how many people are in on this, okay? And all because of the love of power, not the power of love. So we are going to do everything we possibly can. I'll do backflips, swim a river, climb a mountain, but we are going to try to finish this whole tour while they are going to try to tell the world that it's all going to blow up. The Third World War is coming, famine's coming, okay? The carbon thereafter is us. There's no carbon problem. We're the problem. We're the carbon problem, and we're not the problem. Understand something. You know, whether there's 8 billion or 80 billion, they're always going to be yakking off. I can remember when I was younger, I think I was probably around 10, and there was no gas, and people were, that's it, was the end. And all they did was do a test run. My God, that was, let me see, that would be like 57 years ago. Seriously? Okay, and you guys are still falling for the same BS? You couldn't shock me. You couldn't make me nervous. You can't threaten me anymore. I've been so threatened by people continually. As long as you're going to not follow the herd and be scared, okay, do drugs, do alcohol, you know, fall in, conform, become the norm, okay, then you're going to get it. And guess what? You go ahead and be successful while everybody else is talking about economic collapse and depression. And you know what? You get what you talk about. I'm not coming for the ride. I am going to be successful, health-wise, wealth-wise, through this whole thing, okay? Because I know that what I think matters. I know that what I talk about matters. I know that who I hang around with matters. I know that, guess what? I matter. And I matter more than anything else on this planet. And if I don't, then how am I ever going to teach anybody else that they matter? And then you can say, well, you've got an ego, Daryl. Well, guess what? I don't have an ego, but I know that I must love, honor, and respect myself as that which created me. And I think everybody's forgot about that. You know, we talk about how we were made by God's source, and then we treat ourselves and everybody else like crap. Don't give me your crap. Don't give me your religion. Don't give me your belief systems. Show me that you can be kind today, even when hell's breaking loose, okay, and everybody's running around. Let me see if you can be kind to yourself first and foremost, because if you can't be kind to yourself, you're not going to be kind to anyone else unless you're after something. What do you want from me? I don't want anything from anybody. I want you to want everything from yourself, that you are everything. God, I just want someone to love. You're done. You're done. You're done. I can't get a job. Don't get a job. Use everything that you've got to find your passion and purpose and go all the way. You know dang well that I'm right. You take this course once, put your heart into it, I will support you all the way around the board. I will send you people, but you got to show me you got what it takes. Massive personal action. Let me see you come and take this 3 times. Become a master trainer, master practitioner, then a master trainer, and then get your doctorate. You know, it's just like people say, you have no right to give out doctorates. Yes, I do. You know what? You know what? Do you actually think that we want things to stay the same? Really? Nobody can tell me I don't have the right to give out a doctorate. I am a bloody doctor. And I'm bloody because guess what? It's a mess. Because it's so easy to get people to disrespect people that deserve respect, but they didn't go through the same normal channels. And if they didn't do that, oh no, but you'll give a medical doctor respect. They're the 3rd leading cause of people passing on in this country. You know, people buy this whole thing, right? Like, I still get the odd one. He's a murderer. He's a killer. He stole money. You know? And that, you know what? We moved down to Mexico. I'm telling you something. I've never ripped anybody off. Never took anybody for anything. And I never killed anybody. But you know what? Guess what? You're not allowed to be powerful. You're not allowed to tell people that they can heal themselves. You're not allowed to tell people that we can bring the thunder down, that we're going to give you a money-back guarantee on your consultations and on your treatments. You think that doesn't disturb other people? I don't do it to disturb other people. I'm trying to tell the practitioners out there and all the people that are patients that they don't have to stay victims or be crippled. The reality is no matter how well you think you're doing, you can do better. We were created by God Almighty, and once we want to start acting like it, I don't care how many people want to try to attack me anymore. I'm going to mind my own business. And that's this. You find your passion, your purpose, and you gift everybody with it. And everybody else can blow. If your family members that don't respect you, that don't respect your dreams, your friends, they're not your friends. They're your frenemies. And your family, a lot of families are jealous. Oh yeah, go get it. And then once you start to go get it and you start to change and morph into something they're not, don't tell me they like it. They don't like it. And you could be saving your life and helping them save theirs, but they don't know that they've been programmed on an unconscious, subconscious level. They don't know that there's a family called the Rothschilds that's so bloody. You have no idea. Most of the population is not aware of anything, nothing. And then we've got to listen to them attack us. Oh no, wouldn't want to disturb anything. I'm going to do what I want, and what I want to do is go out and find out how many people out there want to take their life back. How many people out there will learn how to respect and honor themselves and make decisions for themselves and be able to make mistakes and not even think about it. You make a mistake, you don't even think about it because that's a practice run. There are no failures. The only failure is when you stop practicing what you're doing. I'm one of the best in the world at what I do, and I can say it. And that's a huge threat. And the reality is you can be the best in the world at what you do. You could be, but you're still scared. And you need everybody's approval. And what if somebody attacks me? My God, there's not a day that I'm not attacked on one of my platforms. And not once, but not twice, but 3 times, 4 times. I've had Marketplace play my show that where supposedly people came down to Mexico and I took their money, I took their lives. You know, and the reality is you do know that if you take people's lives, you usually go to jail. And Marketplace is 67% funded by the Canadian government. So the Canadian people up there actually helped to fund a show that's BS. But, you know, people who don't know me will come on here and go, you need to die. God love them anyway. You know, so we don't get angry. We don't get upset. Because understand something, that's what it's all about. Let's go and get a bunch of people attacking him. Let's bring him down. Nobody's bringing me down. I bow down to only one thing, and that's God Almighty. I don't bow down to anybody else, and I never will. My son Sage knows that I won't. I'm not angry. This is my planet. I have never ever done anything to outwardly hurt anybody. I threaten people when I walk in a room. If you want to fit in, you're going to get done in. If you don't want to fit in, then you're going to have to just mind your own business. I'm so busy doing my thing, right? It's my thing. I'm not out there doing anything else. People come on the platform. I'm just doing my thing. I'm actually trying to teach people how to find true sovereignty. Sovereignty my butt, won't you? Until you love, honor, and respect yourself, you don't even know what sovereignty is. Sovereignty isn't keeping your money. Sovereignty is feeding your spirit, and nobody else can put a chokehold on it. Everything was a lie. I'm never going to church again. I'm never going to be schooled again. I like the indigenous. I like their way of thinking. That there's spirit in everything. Most people don't even know that rocks grow. There's spirit in everything. I will honor and respect everything on this planet. Because everything is a spirit being on this planet. And it all came from the same creator. But no, you go ahead and keep on attacking me and attack yourself and attack others. You know, who are we going to hate now, the Palestinians or the Israel? You're supposed to pick a side. Isn't that what it is? It's a sport. It's a blood sport. Okay, I don't want to know about football. I don't want to know about soccer. I don't want to get into sports. I want to be the sport. Hey, sport. I'll play the sports. It's my game. It's my adventure. I'm never going to sit down and watch sports. I'm going to be the sport. I'm never going to sit down and talk about politics because there is no government that works for you. The government works for an internal government. It always has. But you go ahead and get all upset about it. Or you go and I'm going to change them. Really. I'm going to make this snake into a butterfly. I'm not delusional. Is it okay if I just mind my own business and I do my own thing? If somebody wants to come and take my course, that's up to them, isn't it? I don't remember anybody coming to take my course, okay? There's probably been 2 people in my whole life and all the courses I've done. First course I ever did, I was 28 years old. First one. I've only refunded money to 2 people. And everybody's got a money-back guarantee. You know what? People can say what they want. We give you money-back guarantees on your treatment, your first treatment. Give you money-back guarantees on your perfect day consult. Give you a money-back guarantee when you come to my course. But guess what? He's ripping everybody off. You know, my belief systems threaten everyone. And you know damn well that you would like to have all of mine or have ones that are even stronger than mine, but you're scared. You're scared of your family. You're scared of your friends. You're scared of what the world's going to say. Meanwhile, almost 90% of the population is dying right now. No, they're not. My health is good compared to my mother's and my brother's. I eat really good. Will you work on me, Dr. Wolf? No, your diet's so bad that anything I do, if you're on fire, it's not going to help. I'm not going to take your money. Most people, 90% of the population is eating a diet that's killing them. They're not eating a Live-It. I get it. You're addicted. You know, you need to understand God's not coming and no hero's coming. And understand, that what you call God, come on, seriously, guys, don't be so small. Don't be so small. As far as I'm concerned, this is what I believe. I gave you life. You have a spirit. I gave you life. Yes, you went to a planet that's a life-threatening adventure. But you do have choice. You don't have choice from 0 to 7. And guess what? It's supposed to be like that. You are screwed up by the time you're 7. Everybody's in a theta state. Nobody can make their own decisions. Everything that your mother and father did and everything you learned from school, church, from everywhere you went, that became part of your life, part of your personality. And guess what? So you don't have your own personality. You don't have your own personality until you know what unconditional love is for yourself, and the world can be attacking you, and you know deep down inside that you never went out to ever hurt anyone or to steal anybody's money. So it doesn't matter what people think. Don't really care. I don't really care what you think. Most of you don't think. You don't think. You react, yes or no. We react. And I'm not picking on anyone. I'm not angry. I'm just trying to tell, and I'm putting it out there, that I don't know how it's going to go, but we are going to finish this last 8 months. And yet, guess what? If they shut down a country, all right, we'll go online. We'll do whatever we can. We'll just keep going. That's the human spirit. That's the adventure. Nothing will stop me. I will have detours. I get it. And I will not get pissed off at a detour. I will pivot and give it. Throw in front of me whatever you want. Rally the teams together and say he's going around the world murdering people. Do whatever you need to do. I only answer to one thing. And that's usually in the middle of the night. I don't answer to you. You don't answer to me. You need to answer to that. That is it. You don't answer to anyone else. Nobody else is an authority over you down here unless you make them an authority over you. So stop your complaining. Trust in yourself. Find the heart of a lion and the spirit that was God-given. I'm not compromising for nothing. Oh, I know that they've got guns. I know that they got the law. There is no law. There is no justice system. And I'm not upset. I get it. Look, it's not me being upset. I just came from under the tree to roar a little. And why? I'm not upset. Just don't think it's going to be easy to harvest me. Don't think it's going to be easy to take me down. Be as psycho as you want. Just because my beliefs don't match yours, don't get sick over it. Because I'm telling you, oh, he's a fraud. No. Unconditional love. That's it, baby. That's it. And you'll even have people that will try to piss you off and get you angry. It really bothers people when they see other people living what they want. You're going to have to do the work. It's not your fault, but the reality is we've become lazy. Isn't it nice how we could all get a COVID check? Well, that was to help to break the economy so we could bring in the new digital currency. Everything's planned. And I'm okay with it all. I'm more than okay with it. I get it. Would you rather not exist, Daryl? Would you rather be a doorknob? Or would you rather be a Braveheart and stand in your power? And that's not overpowering people. It's standing in your power and going, this is my life. I will love it. I will connect to my breath. Well, whenever you want to start to live, you're going to have to give it. You're going to have to pivot. And you're going to have to say this, you know I love you, but this is how it has to be. I need to find my authentic self. Ooh, what's that? Well, it's definitely not this. I want to totally love, honor, and respect myself, and then I can do it for others. I want to have everything that my parents told me I could have, and also when I went to church, what they told me I could have. Oh, and when I went to school, they told me if I did this, this, and this, I'd have that too. And it's been bullshit. Everybody's just offering me things that they can't deliver because I'm the only delivery boy. That's it. And it's delivered at every given moment. At this point, I don't really care. The whole world can say, we don't like Daryl. Oh, we hate Daryl. It wouldn't bother me because I know in my heart of heart that I am right with that. So it doesn't matter. I don't care. And when I say something, or, people go, oh my God, did you see he cut her off? I didn't cut her off. I just don't want her subconscious getting in the middle of our conversation. I want her to honor and love and respect herself, and that her husband will, her children will, that the world will, that she can have her chin up high, her shoulders back, and wear a slight smile, and know that she doesn't have to suffer for her husband every time he grumps and pains, and that she doesn't have to suffer for the children, because that's what makes us slaves down here. We're slaves to dysfunctional suffering. Suffering is not the way to the Lord. Suffering is not how you heal. Moaning and groaning and grieving and mourning. Oh my God, my husband died. I just got divorced. There's death everywhere. I'm in debt. I've been, enough D's already. Enough D's. D-Day. Enough. There's 20 of you here. Has this week been about anything except you? Has this week been anything about me and my arrogance, my ego? Or has this week been about you finding unconditional love for yourself and knowing that the world can do whatever it wants, okay, at trying to come at you, and you don't care anymore? Because you cannot care for the majority of the population that doesn't care for themselves. Tell me the majority cares for themselves. God loved them, but guess what? They don't. I'm talking to someone here. Can you work on my husband? Well, I know that if I work on her husband, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to give him temporary relief. Did he up his love for himself? Is he going to change his diet? Yes, he eats fruits and vegetables, but guess what else he does? 80% of his time is spent on negativity thinking, but it's not because everybody else thinks like that. Yes or no? Yes. I don't have anything against any type of teaching. Nothing. If it's empowering you and giving you unconditional love and care for yourself, and you're totally off the hook because of that teaching. You couldn't put me on the hook if you tried. Oh my God, Daryl, when you were younger, you used to lie, you used to cheat, you used to steal. Yeah, I was trying to bloody well survive. Because I believed that my spirit was going to hell. Now that I know that their only hell is in here, thank you very much, I will remain in heaven. And you take your God and do whatever you want with it. But don't think that you can bring it on to me. My God, somebody came to one of my lectures here just last week and said, I've been praying for you for 7 years that you would wake up. Wow. One person's awake is different than another person's. Remember something. I want you to live and have any belief that you want. But my God, it should be giving you 24/7 unconditional love. And you should not be judging yourself ever again. You observe yourself and you learn and you grow. You know what? Anybody that judges himself judges everyone else. And that's all that goes on right now. You have to understand that if I come from my heart, I can't care what you think. I can't. And if you actually care for someone, you will risk with them, won't you? You will risk. You will risk helping them and taking them and trying to open them up. Not to your beliefs, no. To unconditional love for themselves, nothing else. That's the only goal here. Have I tried to make you into a little Daryl? I won't even let you thank me. You're not supposed to. You need to become your own cheerleader and thank yourself for bloody well everything. Everything. If you can't become your best friend, your best cheerleader, then guess what? You're not going to be able to finish the game right. I don't compromise. And when I find something out about myself, doesn't matter what it is. You're disgusting. No. Good luck with that. I will never call myself a name again. Somebody in here has called himself 3 or 4 times. Every time I have a personal talk with that person, they call themselves an idiot. Why? Because that person was called an idiot when they were younger. And now they keep on doing it. Isn't it great that we can just carry on the family beliefs? When are we going to stop it? You're either the family curse or the family blessing. And you're only the family blessing if you're actually going to do the work and get rid of the family curse. And every family has their curse. And they have a few of them. I'm going to mind my own business. I'm going to give it all I got. And then one day, that's it. I'm going to do what I did 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I quit. I walked away from this. And I knew I had to change if I was going to come back. It took me 8 years. And I said, okay, I'm going to give it one good run. I didn't want to. And this is where people are going to think I'm making this up, because I don't talk like a religious man, because I'm not. But I came back into the business because of that, which we call a higher power. I said, I'm smart. I can make money anyway, and it's not about the money anymore. I just want to feel love for myself and love for the world, or else I don't even want to be here. I was going to knock myself off. I just didn't want to be here. This isn't going to be like this. I'm not going to be walking around like everybody else. I'm not doing it. You can take everything from me. Go ahead. And you can't hurt me. And that's what they think. They think that if they can steal your money or your house or take your materialistic stuff, once they know that they can take that and they're not going to hurt you, what are they going to do to you? They're never going away. We need 2% of the population to have unconditional love for itself before we could disempower the Rothschilds, the Royals, the Rockefellers. And it won't be through war. It'll be through unconditional love for ourselves. God, 8.5 billion people can't come together to overthrow 250,000. And we'd overthrow them because we wouldn't go into their supermarkets. We wouldn't go into their liquor stores. We wouldn't go into their vaping stores. We wouldn't join their wars anymore so that we can get first seat on the plane. The way I talk, it pisses people off. We'll shut him down. He's got a big mouth. Well, there are some people out there that want to hear this, that they don't have to go to war anymore. Because that's what they need. They need a third world war right now. And they're not going to get one from me. All I know is that we've got cat and mouse. You know, when I was younger, I got a gift called Mousetrap. Right? And I've never forgotten that game. And I'm going to do this tour. And I'm going to do it, you know why? Because I love adventure. And I'm not complaining about the way the world is. What a great adventure. Somebody's always trying to kill me. Or trying to get at me. Love them anyway. I don't think that you're actually alive until you become a threat. You might want to write that down because that was profound. The people that I admire threaten the status quo. And the status quo is harvesting the majority of the population through their drugs, alcohol, poisonous food. My God. You can buy a small bottle of water now, and it costs more than a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi because they're trying to give you the illusion that we're running out of water. Everything, guys, everything is done in a boiler room. They get the most intelligent psychos to come together to strategize hundreds of years down the road. And guess what? And please do not be offended. But the majority of the population will never even try to strategize for a perfect day. Why do I talk about having a perfect day? Because if you could pull one off, you could pull two, you could pull three, you could pull four, until you got to the point that it's a program on an unconscious level that you have a perfect day, which means you don't give a crap what people think when you work from your heart. If you come from your heart, you don't care what people think. You keep going forward. If the majority of the population has a disease, which they do right now, yes or no? Should we follow them? Thank you. Should we look down on them? Never. Never. Should we help them if they want it? I'm not going to help them because I think I know better. I just know that I was there and I'm not really into that suffering. And then 1 out of 1,000 of those people want to be helped. Did you get that? And you don't need more than 1 out of 1,000 to be totally successful and booked out for months. You do know that, right? So don't come from poverty thinking like we've been given. And if you actually just stood in your power, everybody wants to come to you. That's how it works. I don't know how to get it going. Yeah, I know you don't. You probably will never, because you need to take this course 2 more times. What do you mean? Well, did you hear what you just said? Look at the way you talked. What do you mean? Does that sound powerful? I'm not picking on anyone. I can't get angry about it. But most of my brothers and sisters have been programmed into being victims, poverty thinking, and angry at other brothers and sisters when actually it was the Rothschilds that were handed the keys to the world, and they'll probably always have the keys to the world. But they don't have to have keys to your heart or your spirit. Do you understand? It doesn't matter. They can do whatever they want. That's not part of my world, and it's not. I talk about it, but it doesn't bother me. It bothers a lot of people. Everybody's bothered by things, aren't they? But I'm not going to be bothered by anything. Because if I'm bothered by something, it's a distraction. I'm not going to get the job done. What's the job? Having fun. Wow, did I just do that? Whoa, did I stand in my power just there? Wow. Wow. Wow, did I feel poverty conscious? No, I just gave their money back. Did I just feel poverty conscious? No, I gave them a break. Wow, did I feel poverty conscious? Let me tell you something. I hired somebody, and I don't have to do this. You think I need to do this? I need this like a hole in the head. But I know I want to do this. When things are really in you, I hired someone, and they came, and I paid $130,000 to create that app, right? I got ripped off for it. Did you know that? Did you ever hear me complaining? No. So now, here I go again, raising the money for the app again, because I'm not going to let that get me. The bigger your dreams, the bigger the bumps are going to be. I could stay angry, or I could get depressed. Which one should I do? Anger or depression? Well, at least anger gets you moving again. Depression, there is no such thing. That's just you burning out your brain because you're telling the wrong story. So why don't I just tell the right story and get it over with and not go into anger or depression and just know that I can't do anything about it and go and do it anyway? Because everything is an illusion. And what is it that I really need? I need to love myself, and I need to love others and not put them on the hook, not put a chokehold on them. Love the given moment, every moment I have, which is only 1/10,000th of a second. Now, if I can master not allowing anyone to disrupt me, and I can stay in the present moment, no matter if there's a war or there's just no more. Do you understand? That's all it is right there. That's all it is. And whether you want to believe this or not, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, all of these people know, and even these morons that are high up in government, and they're morons because they have moronic thinking. Don't you think they have moronic thinking? Don't you call them a moron? Well, they have moronic thinking. The reality is this, okay? They know, and they're trained. They're programmed too. Like the guy who runs Canada, who thinks he runs Canada. I mean, he was programmed since he was a child to do this job. They already had this whole thing planned. They plan 100 years ahead, and you can't even plan for the next 5 minutes. And when I say plan, that means they strategize. They strategize 250 years ahead. You do know that, right? Do you think that maybe you could strategize 2.5 minutes ahead? And what would that be? Staying connected to your breath, a slight smile, shoulders back. I got this. Live my dream, live my purpose, and that's it. I'm going to mind my own business and do what I want to do, and I'm going to live the best life that I possibly can, and then I want to share it with those who want it, and those who don't, please stay away. Why is it that people have to actually come on this platform, or they actually have to come up to my face and do things? I had a lady in a grocery store after the marketplace thing ran that came to me in a grocery store and spit on me because she believed what she saw on Marketplace. And I just said, have a great day. I did. I feel for her. She doesn't even know me. She had to get rid of her anger somewhere. She might have spit on her husband, and then she might have gotten beat. Yeah, you think I'm kidding? People don't, you got to realize something. You can't take things personal. If you want to live your dream, you are going to have disruption and chaos from your friends and family. And then guess what? Don't be vocal. Oops. Don't be vocal. Why is it that we can't allow people to have a different religion than ours, speak a different language, have a different color, because we're programmed to attack that? I'm going to tell you something, whether you believe it or not, but there are very powerful things that aren't called God that actually created the different languages and the different colors. Yeah, isn't that something? Yeah, you think you know it all. If we get a lot of different colors and we get a lot of different languages and we get a lot of different religions, they will fight till the end of time. We will get them fighting each other, poisoning each other, tearing each other down. We will even have them go to other countries and kill people they don't even know. It's not like I sit around in the morning and think about what I'm going to talk about. I was only going to talk about the schedule here. The thing is it's deep within my heart because I want people to understand something. The thing that's going on right now, that just started 2 days ago, that's the kickoff to the great Super Bowl. And guess what? The whole thing was rigged and planned. No way. So I'm not going to take it personal. I will do my best to send love to everyone. That's all we can do. And I mean that. And the only way I can help is not to attack anybody that attacks me. That's the only way I can help. So let them come. Let them come. You know what? When I came here, we did the first lecture. Okay, before I got here, this guy, I guess he's from here somewhere. But when I was in Kelowna, same thing. I'm coming to wreck your lecture. Okay, come. Let them come. Just think about those people, what's going on inside of them. I don't think we really have to be nasty back, do we? Do we? You think about it. Then don't do it to your husband, don't do it to your wife, and don't do it to your children. Because guess what? That's where they do it. That's where they get us. I hope you know, the biggest abuse in the world is in the home. And it's in the homes, and they've been strategizing and planning against all of us and making us do this, coming against each other. Whatever happened to love them anyway? You know what, guys? I'm really tired. I don't want to plan for the end of the world. Thank you. Okay, can I just stay in the moment and own it and smile and just show people that, guess what? Let's just have a good time. This is all going to go on with you or without you. Why would you participate? If they called a war and no one came, what a great song that is. If they called a war and nobody came. So when you want to go to war with me, I'm not coming. When you want to go to war with yourself, I'm not coming. I'm done. I love my life. I understand the bigger picture. You can go and say, it's a war against God and the devil. And then, I mean, that really gives you a lot of power, doesn't it? We just have to sit here and watch. Wondering who's going to win all the time. Actually, it's in your head. It's in your bed. It's in your house. I'm not doing it. If I have 1 minute left, I'm going to smile. If I have another 30 years, I'm going to smile. You'd be surprised how addicted you are. Let's see the next time that somebody goes, did you hear? And you get yourself out of here. We'll see. Well, I just want to be courteous. I want to show that I care. Well, you're showing that you don't care for yourself when you buy into any of this stuff. If you can't do something about something, why are you getting involved in it? If it doesn't concern you personally, come on, Daryl, there's a war going on over there. Okay, all right. What? Can I just try to keep peace here? Can I just try to keep it around me? Can we try to have that as the infection? Can we have affection be the infection? Who do I hate then? I got to get involved. I need to know what side I need to take. Whose side am I going to take here? I'm not going to take anybody's side. These are all human beings, and there's babies, and there's mothers, and there's little doggies, and there's all kinds of things that are right in the middle of all this. You just need to stop it. Yeah, why don't you just think about it for a second, okay? Because guess what? The spirit of a rock comes from the same place you come from. Why don't you just think about that for a second? The religion and the color and the whatever, the language, seriously? We are not the most intelligent species, even on this planet, for God's sakes. Let love win. But you're going to have to first let it in, which means you're going to have to let yourself off the hook for all the bullshit that they decided that you've been guilty of and all the sins you've done. I'm off the hook, baby. I'm off the hook. And I'm going to stay off the hook. You couldn't put me on the hook. Unconditional love. I don't know what else we should do here. Seriously. Take massive personal action. So yeah, when we finish this course here, I'm going to be working on rewriting a lot of stuff. I'm going to be working on redoing the whole Braveheart online emotional course, masterclass. I'm going to rewrite everything that I possibly can and bring it up to the place where I am now. If you've taken my courses, you know that no course has ever been the same. Is that true for anybody? No course will ever be the same because I change before the next course. You are unlimited potential created by God Almighty. I swear you are. The sky is not the limit. Your beliefs are. You can shoot way past that. Don't let them get you down. Don't let the buggers get you down because they're always going to be there. And please, I am no better than anybody else, so you need to get that, but the majority of the population is bloody well miserable. And you need to spend time with yourself, hugging the tree, talking to the rock. You need to be able to be with yourself and love that. You need to find that God spot in your heart and connect to that and never forget that. What's wrong with you having a great time here? If everybody said, no, I'm going to take massive personal action and love myself well, we would be out of this hell. Your family and friends would have tantrums because they're addicted to the chaos. They're addicted. Every one of you here have to have so much suffering every day or you don't believe you're alive. I will say this about me. It's zero. If I feel a tweak in my knee, I know how to get rid of it because there's a little bit of scar tissue crystallization there. A little tweak in my head, I don't ever have tweaks in my head anymore. You couldn't tweak me if you tried. Go, give it a shot. That's never going to happen. Because I understand that everybody's been programmed. So it doesn't matter. So when someone attacks you, don't take it personal. If it wasn't you, it'd be someone else. Did you know that? When you marry someone or you hang around with someone, you are marrying or you're hanging around with a personality. And just know this, there's a good chance that personality will never change. So if you decide you're going to change, ask yourself if that could be a problem. When I got together with Lori, I said, there's only one problem here. I need you to unconditionally love yourself first and foremost before me. You have to, or I'm not getting involved. And you've got to allow me to always love myself and care for myself and not put myself on the hook for anything. Anything. That's why our relationship works. We made the deal before. I'm going to tell you the truth. You can ask her. And I wasn't putting her down. She said, why can't I move in with you? I said, because until you unconditionally love yourself more than me, you can't move in with me. I'm too strong. I need you to be able to protect yourself from me, and not because I'll ever hurt you. But if you can love yourself more than you love me, then I know that you're going to be okay for the rest of your life. This is what I teach, so if you don't like it, I get it. There's almost not a couple that I know of that isn't against each other. After 1 year. How's things going? Well, you know. No, I don't. No, and I don't want to. They can go as well as you want them to. You're going to have to go, and you're going to have to get rid of the prominent and dominant beliefs that your family's been cursed with for centuries. Did you get that? You know, I'm going to leave you with this just because I'm an aggravator sometimes, agitator. Let's take the Catholic Church. Everything that we want to know about everything is hidden in the Vatican, down below. They've stole everything. They've stole our heritage. They stole all the stories, and they have them down there. They steal everything from us. And then they dumb us down with their stupid stories about how we're sinners and we're going to hell. They dumb us down, and it's been happening for centuries and centuries and centuries. The same people that you look to are looking down on you, and they're stealing the stories and they're rewriting them. And they've been doing it since the beginning of time. I'm not buying any story. I'm making up my own. Okay? And you can tell I do. I don't need to smoke a joint. I'm just going to be there already. Okay, is that okay with everyone? Okay, I really don't care if it is. Because it's okay with me if you want to just keep on believing in beliefs that are choke holding you, that are making you feel like a sinner, a loser. Oh my God, my relationship. Oh, it's terrible. I'm a loser. Really? Really? I'm amazed you could even go that long. Seriously, you need to change. I just want somebody different. Well, then become different. Well, see how unconditional love for yourself scares away the parasites. Did you know that? Because if you had unconditional love for yourself, you're not going to let anybody disrespect you or suck off of you. I'm only having this conversation right now because I already told you. The Super Bowl started. And guess what? It is the Super Bowl. And it's just a big game. And it's to get you fully raptured in it. That you can't think, that you're not doing anything, that you're just like, If anything, send love. Don't pick a side. Do not pick a side. Never pick a side again. Say it to yourself. If you want to. Don't be the hurt. Say it to yourself, I said, because I don't want people to think that I've got you programmed. For God's sakes. I just said say it to yourself. See, I got to watch it too, right? Because most people are out here going, well, he's up to something. He's got a cult going, I'm sure. I bet if we could see there'd be happy-faced Kool-Aids everywhere. Say it to yourself. You'll never pick a side again, whether it's your family, your friends, or anyone. Pick a side. Really? That's how we start a war. So anyways, we'll be opening up the new year in Ixtapa, January the 24th. We'll do a Braveheart Circle, which is a 4-day for people, something easy to get to learn how to love themselves, care for themselves, okay? You know, you wouldn't want to court them for more than 4 days with themselves, but, you know, at least we'll get that started, do a 4-day Braveheart Circle, and that'll be at the Cala del Mar. It's just absolutely gorgeous there in Ixtapa, Mexico. And then right after that, the non-surgical for 12 days, and then we'll do a pelvic course. And then we're off to Australia, and we're going to do the same thing in Melbourne in February. And then from there, we go to Barrie, Ontario, okay, where we'll be doing a whole life coach, a Braveheart Circle, and we'll also be doing a non-surgical and the pelvic course. And then from there, we go to California, which is really cool. Where are we going in California?
Cobb Mountain.
What? Cobb Mountain?
Cobb Mountain, California. It's
Yeah.
beautiful Mandala Spiritual Retreat Center.
We're going to hobnob on the Cobb. Okay, so we're going to a beautiful resort. Why don't you come up here and talk about it? This is our first course in California. Can you believe this, guys? That we actually had 3 courses already planned, and that was during the COVID era. Okay, all right, so I just didn't want to do anymore until, you know, like this is, okay, in California, we need to go somewhere up in the mountains, okay, to get away from the government, okay, because you never know what California's going to pull, right? Okay, and so this is like our place, and you can, it's called what?
Mandala Retreat Wellness Center. It's a huge property. They've got a gorgeous campus. You can camp. You can bring your RV. You can rent a yurt. You can do a rustic cabin, a cottage, a house if you guys get together, because they have like 3 homes on the property. They have a lodge. They have someone who's going to do our organic cooking and juicing. You will want to stay on campus.
Do you hear what we're doing?
Anyway,
we're going to rock this thing.
We're
going to have bonfires.
So excited.
We are going to just rock this thing.
They have a swimming pool, a hot tub, a lake, hiking places. I mean, it really, and then 15 minutes away is Harbin Hot Springs. So on your days off or in the evenings, you can go soak in the mineral waters, do hot, cold, swim in their Olympic pool. Just saying. You want to come.
Okay.
And then are you doing the whole life coach and the
Everything. Whole life coach.
We're doing it all.
Pelvic.
We're doing it all.
The town is about 15 miles away where he'll do his lecture and his 1-day little workshop. And yeah.
Yeah.
And sign up early because there's already so many people that are scrambling.
This will sell out.
Yeah.
Just know this, that, you know, I can't take more than 24 in a whole life coach. So, and that's not me trying to get it now, buy it now, we're going to run out. No, I can't do more. So that's my limit. And yeah, but anyways, yeah, you know.
This will be March 12th through April 7th for all 3.
Yeah, and then from there, we come back to Bonita Springs, right here. And we'll be here in May for the same thing. Then we will be going to Ixtapa in June at the Cala del Mar again, doing the same thing. Then we're going to Australia. In Australia, I'm there like for almost 2 months. I'm lecturing all over Australia. and touring. Okay, I really love those people. You know, yeah.
Can I say something else? When
Yeah.
you come to California, I will have my Celsonic.
Yeah, the Celsonic
be at
will
the
be
workshop.
up at the resort as well. Okay, all right, yeah. Then we'll be doing Australia. Then we're going to be in Calgary, August the 28th, and then from there we're in the UK September. Oh my God, you should see this place we're staying in the UK. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a country resort estate. Okay, it's like so beautiful. $99 for two in a room a night. Okay, and they're going to do our juicing. They're going to do the same thing there. They've got pool there. They've got a lake there. Guys, this is the way we do it. We do it right. We celebrate our lives. We get the best deal in the nicest places, and then we celebrate our life. And you love your life. Love your life. I love my life. Say that.
I love my life.
Not until you love yourself.
I love myself.
Because guess what? It'll be so temporary. You know, everybody looks for love from their family and their friends. That is so temporary. I mean, I love that too. But guess what? That is not what makes your world go round. Find the God spot in your heart and then use that to fill up your own heart and see how you shine. Wouldn't it be great if you never ever felt, and that deep sorrow again? And guess what? You believe that if you don't feel the deep sorrow, you'll go to hell. You believe that if you don't suffer, you're going to go to hell. How messed up are you? I want you to think about that today very lightly, because I don't want you to go to hell over it. I want you to think about it very lightly. And ask yourself why you are not allowed to be in love with yourself at all times, during all things. Because a good human doing will show everyone that they're suffering just as much as them. I am not participating. Call it arrogance, call it ego, which I don't have, but you can think of me whatever you want. I'm not doing it. Boy, do you know what you would have to pay me? Anyways, there's no money that could pay me. I'm not doing it. Me feeling love for my life and for this world and for everything else is nothing, there's nothing more important. So why aren't you protecting it? Why aren't you? Why aren't you protecting it? It's the most valuable thing. Nothing's more valuable. And then from London, we go to Ixtapa, October the 9th. We do the whole thing there, okay? And then from there, we finish it all off in Texas. And then our last course will be in Texas just before Christmas. And then that's it. I won't be doing tours like that again. It's not because I'm tired. It's because I'm going to be opening up a very special clinic where I only take 2 people at a time. No more 200 people. That was fun. But I'm only going to do 2 people at a time in Mexico. And then we're also opening up another clinic with Jim Gale in St. Cloud. And we're not going to look at quantity. It's only quality that we're doing from now on. That's all I'm ever going to do. I would rather have a few people have it all than have a lot of people have just some. Because when you only get some, you lose it. When you can ingrain and cement a new program of unconditional love and care for yourself, and you play it long enough and strong enough, that one person is stronger than 10,000 on this planet. So I am no longer going to look at doing the masses. There's a lot of people that do my work and they will have 1,000 people in a room. Those people are vibrating high, but guess days after they're already back on the ground going, now what? Unless you can get into the subconscious and create programs that become the dominant, prominent, that are love, honor, and respect of oneself, then all it was an acid trip. And you trip over yourself. And I'm telling the truth. So you can think of me what you want, but if I wanted to make the money, I could change my course. And I could water it down where tens of thousands of people would love it and they could consume it. Or I can just do this and cap it and know that I would better want quality, not quantity, because it doesn't last. I guarantee you, I don't care how many courses you took, you're not going to forget this week. Because when you come to my course, I put everything into you. Every second I'm trying to feel you. Gosh, if you were to do, well, what's my name? Some of you, I probably get it wrong. And you'd be offended. Do you know why? Because your name is more important than how you feel. It's not true. Don't you see how I lock into everybody individually, into your emotion? That's what you do to the world. That's what you do to yourself. You want to feel your way through this world. You don't want to think it. You want to feel your way through this world. You don't want to think it. And if you're going to think it, put your hand on your heart first, so you don't have to clean up the mess you're going to make. Cheryl?
Carol,
What do you think?
I think this class is something everybody needs to take. If we want to heal the world, you got to start with yourself. And
The world doesn't need healing. If you want
I need healing.
We need to say it different.
Okay.
If we want to heal our earth family, can we just say that?
Yes.
This world thing is, you know what? They get you to talk in a way that you never say what you need to say.
True.
If you want to heal your earth family, then you have to heal yourself. This world doesn't need healing. There's enough water, enough air, enough food. There's enough everything for 100 billion people. And I call BS. And nobody will ever challenge me on this, but they can come on and do a show for the people that are dumbed down. I didn't call them dumb. I said dumbed down. And they'll swallow this stuff. The world, first of all, we've never gone extinct. I hope you know that. Everything's a lie. The world has gone through, this will be the 6th extinction, and we're going. We're going. I don't see anybody trying to stop it with unconditional love. Not very many people. We're going, and it's okay, I get it. But I will love anyway. Nobody wants to do any research. Not real research. They don't want to go off the beaten path. And if you stay on the beaten path, what do you get? Beaten. That's why they call it the beaten path. There's always clues for you. Okay? What?
I'm just full of so much joy and self-awareness
Yeah.
and self-love. So you can't help
Yeah.
but smile.
You know, everybody thinks self-love is flaky, but it's the real thing. And it's the thing is they need everyone to think it's flaky, and you're a flake if you have it. You're a flake if you have it. You're a real man if you have self-hate. It's either self-love or self-hate. And you know what? What they want us to do, we have to do self-hate to do the job they want us to do.
That's true.
We have to have self-hate to do the job they want us to do. How does it feel to be a henchman and not even know it? Come and get me if you can. You think I'm kidding? I'm not scared of anyone or anything. So I'm either psycho or I have the power of God in me. You decide.